right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time. Benga, Mr. Benga, please, you can share your screen. The session will start in the next 5 minutes.
All right. Gbolahan.
problem.
You have to. Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Wait for others to join in. Yeah, we are currently on break, so we'll have to give them like.
Good.
Sorry, guys, we are currently on break. Please, this session will start by 1:05. Thank you for your patience. So sorry for your inconvenience. We'll start in the next 1 minute, please. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this call. So this is Gbolahan Adebayo's session. So it's going to teach us how to leverage on AI to build outstanding data virtual portfolio. It's the topic really sounds very interesting. I hope to gain a lot from this session. Over to you, Benga.
Well, yeah.
Gbolahan,
Um, yeah, it's okay. All right, can you see my screen?
yes, I can see your screen.
All right, great, nice. Hi everyone. I'm Gbolahan Adebayo, and welcome to Data First Africa 2024. I was lucky enough to speak last year about KPIs and key performance indicators in dashboards, and this year, due to the theme being related to AI, so I'll be talking about leveraging AI tools to build an outstanding data visualization portfolio. Move slide. So I'm gonna the bio. I am a data visualization developer at Magnus, and little stuff about me. I been using Tableau for over 3 years for work and fun. I am a two-time Tableau Public Ambassador and also two-time winner of the Tableau Viz Awards for biggest growth and entrepreneurship. Also have 6 Visa of the Day nominations on Tableau Public. And I currently co-lead the Lagos TUG with some other Tableau folks. Outside of Tableau, I'm a Manchester City fan. I like to go to the gym, whiskey, and Pinterest. So yeah, that was quick. So yeah, what's the agenda for today? One, welcome introduction done. Talk about generating data sets with ChatGPT and doing it in a very sort of different way, I would say, because you can literally write any prompt to generate any data sets, but to be able to generate the kind of data sets that would make a difference in terms of how you get to build dashboards. Because I'm sure you've seen a lot of dashboards and amazing dashboards out there. And you've talked about how we're able to build this data set from the scratch. And it's logically made sense and also able to correlate with each other. So generate data sets with ChatGPT in this workshop. I think right now, if you're in this current workshop, you should have access to OpenAI or ChatGPT. It's also available for free, and you can also access GPT models with the latest updates. And then we're going to do the dashboard with the data sets that we generated. So I'm going to be the dashboard for about 25 to 30 minutes. It's going to be like really quick. But the aim of the dashboard is to show how easy Tableau is, because that's usually a misconception that it's very hard. But we're going to try to build something really nice in 25 minutes. I might be a little bit fast, but definitely this call is recorded, so you can always watch back. And that's when I'm at the dashboard time. And then we're going to have the interactive Q&A and yeah, completion. So yeah, first, generating the data set ChatGPT. So I'm sure all of us know about ChatGPT by now. It's been the rave in the last 2, 3 years. And particularly it's made a lot of difference for me, especially in the process of trying to build out my portfolio. Because this year I had a goal to build out amazing dashboards in several industries. And one problem I always faced was how to get data sets for some particular industries. The data sets were not publicly available as others that you would see on Kaggle or the one you see on DataWorld and all of that. So um, um, yeah, ChatGPT came in and I first got access to it, then started trying to create data set. And finally, there was a GPT, there's something called GPT, like custom ChatGPT made for a particular purpose. And then one came out, Data Mockstar. It's sort of like the perfect starter dashboard for your for your project, basically. So you can access it on ChatGPT if you have either the free or paid version. You just have to search for Data Mockstar. It was created by an amazing member of the Tableau Data Farm community, Adam Miko. So yeah, basically what I said, if you don't have paid ChatGPT, you can still access this GPT. You can still also submit your prompts. So basically, we'll just talk about how best you can write your prompts to get the best result for whatever you're looking for, not just writing it in any way, but making sure like you are creating it in the kind of way that ChatGPT has sort of no option and to give you something of high quality. So what's possible? What can you do? So we have advantage of being able to create your data sets. And from my own personal view, I've been able to create amazing dashboards and visualizations in industries where data is not easily accessible, right? So you have industries like the medical line where you do not easily get data outside there. And I've been able to create dashboards in this kind of industries, logistics shipments, all this kind of things. And yeah, so what you're seeing right now is about like four of different dashboards I've created. All these dashboards were created from ChatGPT mocked data sets. You can see like aside from the design, the ability to sort of create a data set that you can fully explore in its full capacity and have, different columns and fields that you can join together to make sense. Uh, Enough of the slides. Let me just walk through and then we jump straight right in. Well, to curate a perfect data set, you have clear objectives, you understand where your data set is for, and you keep your end goal in mind, for one. Two, you ensure like whatever you're trying to create is relevant, it's real. You cannot create a data set that is not really logical, right? Because if you're trying to showcase on your portfolio or something you can potentially do to potential job recruiters or data managers or whatever, then you have to make sure that what we're trying to build shows that it can be relevant in a real life scenario. So you also have to be very detailed with your prompts. That's what usually make things stand out. You're very specific. You write what to make sure like would achieve desired data quality. And then after you validate the data, you clean, you check for inconsistencies, and you perform cleaning where it's necessary. So yes, let's create a call center dataset. So we're going to create a call center dataset. A call center is basically, where you have like an organization or a company, and then you have complaints from your customers. And so it could stand on its own as like the support team and also like a company that like, take calls and receive and all of that. So you can scan this code to have access to OpenAI, which I would move my switch to right away. Yeah, so basically, this is what you should be seeing. Just going to reload this page. So this is what you should be seeing if you're connected to OpenAI. Just AI telling me to verify that I'm human. That's funny. So first you have to. This is how the prompt looks like, and you can basically explore GPTs and search for the data monster. When you do that, you would see it come up, which is this. You access it, you start the chats, basically. And that's exactly where we are. So before I just jump in and start writing a prompt, like create a call center data set for me, that's usually the mistake a lot of people make, and they get like quite wacky data sets. So first thing you have to do that I've done before this because of the time limits is you have to sit and write a list of the fields that you would need and also do some little bit of research about the kind of fields that will be necessary or important for such a dashboard in a real life scenario. So you do like a little bit of research about that. You get the fields, you get the description. And so I'm just going to show you. So I've done a little bit of documentation from my hand. And yeah, I'm going to copy everything I have here and paste it into ChatGPT for the prompts. But basically, I have a list of all the fields that will be necessary for a call center data sets. I'm just going to quickly walk through. First, we have the call ID, and you see the description as a unique identifier, right, for each call. So every call that comes through has to be uniquely identified. This data type is string. This is an example, but it could look like, and then you put the usage. So it's to uniquely identify each call within the system. I would also make this doc available for sort of like a template if you're trying to do something like this. Then second, the customer company name of whoever is calling or engaging. And then I'm putting, I would need about 10 customer companies. And then data type, the example, then third is the sentiment, description, the mood of the customer during the call, very positive, very negative. So data type is categorical, very positive, neutral, and negative. So basically, then we have the customer satisfaction score, representing the satisfaction score on a scale of 1 to 5. And example 3/5, 4/5, 1/5. You have the call timestamp, that is when the call came through, the exact date and the time. And then data type is date and time, right? So you have 10, 29, 2020 in this format, basically. And then you put the usage. And then do you have the reason for the customer calling, the city that the customer is calling from, the states, the channel through which the customer is calling, the response time. So the time it took for the agent to respond to the call, within SLA, above SLA, a little bit of research. But I've done a little bit of research before this, basically, to sort of have all these fields together and also get a description for them. You can have all the fields and even use ChatGPT to say, hey, I have these fields, give me a description for this fields, data type. Ideally, if I was to create a data set for it, an example of this, and then you can have this sort of documents ready for the prompts. Because this is the more detailed your prompt is, the stronger and better your results is basically. And so I have fields like the call duration, the location of the call center, a first contact resolution flag. So it's a binary flag that shows if the customer issue was resolved, yes or no, right? So it's basically categorical data, Y or N. Yes, Y representing yes, and N representing no. And then you also have the abandon flag if the call was abandoned before the agent could handle it or not, which is like Y or N as well. So also, because all these fields are sort of linked to each other, and then they have to appear logical or make sense in a real world scenario. So there is a relationship description between the fields. So call ID should be the primary key. The customer name is associated with the sentiments, all of that you can read through when you have access to it for purpose of time. And you can look at the list of the fields from call ID, customer name, so everything. So now I have these documents that contains everything I'm going to need. And so ideally, what I'll do then is just copy everything I have in my documents like this. And yep, get it. Paste it here, basically. So it's full of the full information I should need to generate data set. So I'm going to do that and test it. It's a lot, so it's probably going to think through. So yeah, so it's going to generate a data set and it's going to give me a preview of the first 5 records. So you can see the preview that I'm getting right now. It's giving me the call ID, the customer company name, the settlement, everything I've asked for. So what you just do is while it's doing the preview, just take a quick look at it. So, okay, here's what I'm looking for. This is how the call ID looks like. This is the customer company. This is how the sentiment looks like. This is the CSAT score from 1 to 5. This is the call timestamp. I told it to look at 2023, a whole full year. This is the city. This is the stats. This is the call center. This is the channel. This is the response time. This is the call duration, call center, FCR, abandon flag, and this is like the reasons for the call. So, and then it gives you a little bit of data description in case when you build a dashboard and you want to have like a data dictionary to explain what it really means. So this is like also very, very useful for that. So you can see with a very well detailed prompt, you're good to go with something to start. So it's going to ask if you want it to generate the full 2000 record data set. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm going to ask it to give me a CSV. And then with it's going to export. And after we get the exported data, we open it offline and then we check in Excel and then we go ahead to visualize. So, like I said, the idea is not just writing a prompt, the idea is like creating um the full explanation in a Word document. To do some little bit of research, you get your field, to get everything you need, and the explanation and the example, and then it makes it very easy for ChatGPT to go from 0 to 100, right? It has everything it needs to properly create something nice. So yeah, it's generating one moment. There it is, starting download. Let's see, let's get upload status. Say download link, it's not working. So okay. Okay. Let me just put this in a new chat. We're just going to put the same query here. I'm going to try it again so I can download it because it's supposed to just provide me a link directly. All right, just put away it. Come on now. Okay, let's try now. Whoop. Nice. Okay. So we have it in our downloads. This is it. Next thing, just going to try to open it up. Just going to bring the Excel into the view. All right, so all right, so yeah, here's it. This is what we have. This is what it looks like. Quickly put just look through, see like how many do we have? Okay, then sentiments, sat score. Okay, across a full year, the reason, several reasons, city, states, channel. All right, response time, 2, call duration, between 1 to 60 minutes, call center, first contact resolution, YOHN, about done, YOHN. So yeah, sounds great. So we have everything we need. So 2,000 records. Yeah. See, yeah, good to go. So yeah, it's our call center data sets, all well and good. And then now we go to visualizing in Tableau so far. So far, based off the documentation we've done, we've been able to get to this point. And then next thing now is we've gotten the data sets, makes sense. Let's try to build a dashboard. So I'm just going to open Tableau Public. If you do not know how to download Tableau Public, all you have to do is go to tableupublic.com. You go to the Discover page in Tableau Public, you would see the download Tableau desktop public version. So you do that, and then you have access to Tableau Public. So I already have Tableau Public opened. Let me just open it up. All right, it's opening. So let me just drag it to the screen. So here we are. And the first thing we're going to do is to connect to the CSV file. So yep, there it is. That's very easy. You go to file. If you didn't get to go to file, select the type. I selected text file. So I saw the CSV, opened it, which is this. This is what we've created right in Tableau. You can take a look again through all the feeds that you have, all of this. And then, okay, nice. Let's try to build something. So first, my personal process. So when I'm trying to build a dashboard, I try to create a wireframe to understand like what is it I'm going to show and how am I going to place things. So like I said, because of time, before this call, I already created a wireframe of mine with like this simple Excalibur draw, where this is just how the uh full dashboard is going to be like at the end of the day. So we are going to have the call center dashboard. We're going to have filters there if possible, just a little bit of a line of description and overview, 4 KPIs. I'm going to look at things from the aspect of the agents and have like donuts charts to look at several reasons of like what calls were incoming. And then we're going to have like a heat map. We're going to have things looking at things from the client's perspective. We're going to have a table. And if time still allows, we're going to have a switch between two charts, a switch between a table for the client and also a heat map kind of chart. But yeah, let's start building. So we're going to have 4 KPIs. If you look at this, So for KPIs, we'll do look at from incoming calls, average talk time, customer satisfaction score, and first contact resolution. So those are the four different perspectives we're going to look at for that. So first, we have to create first calculation. So first, we want to know the total number of calls that came in. So I'm going to call this incoming calls. And then this is just going to simply be a count distance of the call ID, right? So if I put this into text, I'm going to see, okay, 11251, which means someone called like more than once, basically. But because we want to check the total number of calls, I don't think we should use count distance. We should just probably count every row. So each row represents a call ID. So if we use count distance, we're going to, that means a customer probably called more than once, but we want to like look at it from all the calls that came through, right? So every call that came through, how did it go? Yeah, exactly. It should be 2,000. So we had 2,000 rows in the data. So nice, good. So we're starting with that. So now we're going to create a month-over-month comparison because we want to compare 1 month to the previous month. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have what we call a parameter. I'm going to be slightly fast here because we don't have much time and I want to see how quick we can build it. So I'm going to create a parameter and call this parameter the current month parameter. So this parameter is going to contain a list of 12 months. So we have 1, 2, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, nice. So every month, every first is January, right? It's February. Might be spelling mistakes, but there's March. All right, this is April. This is May. This is June. So we're creating this parameter because we want the end user to switch between different months and look at how that month compared to the month before it. So this is August, September, sorry about that, September, October, November, and I think someone mic is unmuted if you could mute. Thanks. January, February, March to December. Great. So we have the current one parameter. I'm just going to show this. So this parameter is like a drop down where you can switch between all the different months in the year because we are looking at things from just a single year. So because if I drag my call timestamp to the rows, we see like this contains like if a single year and this rate. So you see January 2023 to December 2023. So basically, we're going to create calculations for each KPI. So we're going to create a current month calculation, create a previous month calculation, and then current month divided by previous month -1 will give us the month over month. So let's get to it. So the first one we're going to have is current. I'm going to call current month CM, current month for incoming calls. That is all the total calls, right? So current month calculation is going to be if the month of the dates, right? So which is the call timestamp. So this is going to bring back values in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if it's equals to the parameter, the current month parameter. So let me show you what this means. So if you look at this, it's going to bring back, so months of course time, if I look at it. So if you look at this right-hand side, it's going to show what that function does. So this means that months of dates is going to return the months of the dates as an integer, basically. So months of this is going to return 4. And then in the parameter that I wrote, it is listed from 1 to 12. So it's going to say if the current month, like it's between 1 to 12, is equals to the month in the data, then give me the call ID. And then I'm just going to wrap this in a count because I want to count the total number of calls that came through. And, sorry. Yeah. So this is the current month. So what I do when I'm doing things like this is I try to test it, okay? So we try to test how it's working. So first thing I'm going to put this here. So that means I'm currently selecting January. So I should be seeing the total number of calls in January. So if I switch to August, I should see here, which is 163, November 184. Okay, fine. That means that's working. So next, I'm going to create the previous month. So I'm going to duplicate this and just change this to PM and have this to be -1, basically. So subtract the month before. If I apply this and I put PM here, it should give me the month before. So let me just format this. It's showing us. Okay, nice. So that means if I select May as my current month, the previous month should be 181, which is showing it's working. So current month is 70, previous month is 181, which is fine. Nice. We have current month and previous month. So let me just, something I do to make my work neat, I just group this into a folder, basically, so I can make it look neat and clean. So folders, I create a folder. I'll call this folder incoming calls. Okay, nice. So this current month, previous month. Next thing I'm going to create is the month over month. So which is going to be MOM, incoming month, incoming calls, sorry. So that's going to be the current month, incoming calls, divided by the previous month, incoming calls, -1, basically. I put this into the video. And I format this month over month to show the percentage. It's showing -100, so that's an issue. Okay, let me see. Yeah, current comes that's current. Okay. All right, let's I think it's because we have the three of them together. If I remove this, so I should be able to. Okay, let's go with that first. Let's see what's going to be like when we put it. So next is we're going to create a color for it to know, like, so it's going to show red when it's high, when it goes down, and blue when it comes up. So basically, there's a function in Tableau called sign, and then I just put it around my month over month. Apply. All right, nice. So I'm going to create a KPI first for that on the left-hand side. So for my KPI, I want to like separate how the color is affecting the KPI and then the month over month calculation. So I'm going to have an aggregate. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit technical, but if you watch back the video, you would get it. So this is going to be a mean like this. And I'm just going to edit it between 0 to 1. So this is like on an axis. And I want it to stand 5 like this. Sorry, I wish I had more time to explain. But the goal is just for you to get what I'm trying to do. And then you can like watch back. And I'm going to put my current calls here. I'm going to format this. We have some lines here that I don't need. I'm going to get rid of everything here. Get rid of this. And put this in the middle. I'm going to duplicate this for the other one, like for the comparison. You would see what I'm trying to do now. Sorry, this is like really fast. Okay, nice. So this is going to be an entire view. And yeah, let's clean this view up. Okay, nice. This is the first one. This is the incoming calls. We have 170 here. So first, I want to format like my entire workbook to be Arial. I'm an Arial guy. So going to be on top of it, I'm going to have incoming calls 9. So you're just going to change the font to 10. Going to increase the size to 15. Apply. Okay, nice. The one at the down, the bottom. Okay. Let's remove this one. All right. So let me just show you that. I think it's at okay, nice. So it should be at 0.5, which is low, so it should be above the 9. And then this one should be nice. Should be the other way around. 9, it should be 4. Okay. Okay. Okay, nice. So this is just going to be in the center, in the middle, just like this. Just going to format it, push it to the left-hand side. All right. And then, so incoming calls 170, right below it, we're going to have the month over month. Okay, so it's working correctly now. This is going to be in the center, middle, this way. I'm going to put that color out here. So it's going to, so where is it? Color. So this is going to be discrete. So it's going to contain, so when it's negative, it's going to be minus, like, so sort of going to apply red to it, basically. And then when it is positive, it should be green. So the negative is red, which is what you're going to see here. Just going to right, and then let me just change this to take care of this. It does not show. So I'm really fast, but yep. Okay. So incoming calls minus 6.1% compared to the previous month. So I switch this to March, then it's showing this is for positive, so this should be green. Okay. So plus 15%. So I can just basically format this month by month. So when it is positive, I have plus in front. And then when it is negative, I have, yeah, lovely. Okay, great. So this is for incoming calls. Nice. So I'm just going to create the trend now. All right. So for the trend, we're going to have count the extent of all the calls, which is like all the incoming calls against the time. I'm going to look at it from a month basis. So I would like to have it like a bar. So to show like, because I would like to have like a discrete. You can have it like a line chart, a bar chart, like just based off your choice. For me, I'll just make it discrete. And this is just a single month that we have for each of them. So this is going to be entire view, January, February, March, all of that for that. So basically, format it, remove the lines. Okay. So this is one date to it. So this is technical strength. And good. So we have for incoming calls. So next we are going to do average talk time. So we're going to write a calculation to get the talk time basically. So I create a calculation for average time. So what does it mean like for the customer to talk? So that basically means if the abandon flag, like abandon flag means the customer, like the person that called left the call before the call like was able to be responded to. So if the call flag is not yes, then we can get the call duration basically. Because every call that has yes in the abandon flag will not eventually turn to a full talk. So we have to remove that condition basically. So we're just going to say if right upper, because we want to get like the upper string of it of the abandoned flag is not equals to yes, then we get the call duration in minutes basically. Then end, and then we get the average of that. All right, nice. So this is going to be the average talk time, basically. And if I just want to even save more time and write the current month calculation here, so I just put the current month calculation, you know, condition. So if the current month is equals to months of call time, so call time and this, and then satisfy this condition, then everything here should give me the current month average talk time. It's nice. So if I duplicate this, I get the previous month's average talk time. So this is just PM average talk time. So this is current month -1. Let's give me that. Just add it to its folder. Create the folder for that and call it for time. All right, nice. And next would be the month over month. Why am I struggling with it? Okay. Okay, so that will be the current month of the average talk time divided by the previous month of the average talk time -1, basically. So that would give us the month over month. So we add that here, and then we get the color for that. So we just put color. So the time, we use like the time function here, the sign function. So the sign function that assigns 1 or -1 if it is positive or negative, basically. So that's why we have it like this. So the sign of months. Okay, nice. So just make this discrete. And then to make our lives easier, we can just duplicate what we have here and use it for the average talk time, and then just replace it. So basically, yeah, we have the current month for incoming calls. So I just replace it with this. I did title to be basically for that. So 28.8 minutes. And then we have the month over month incoming calls there. So I replace with the talk time here. And then I replace the color with that of this. And so try to format it, be a percentage. Okay. Then we have the positive. Okay, nice. So this is negative. So we have to apply color to it, which is going to be red. And then if we switch it around, everything should change. Okay, this is January, so it will not have anything, but there's no more to compare it to. And okay, I don't know if there's any. Okay, we have positive here, but this should be green.
Sorry, your time is hot. You have to
37
start
minutes.
rounding off.
45 minutes, right? It's
Okay.
45. It's supposed to be 45 minutes for a workshop.
Yes.
This is a workshop.
We have 10 minutes for question and answer.
10 minutes. Really?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right then. Okay. 10 minutes for question and answer. That's a lot. Okay. Yeah, basically, and then you do the same for the trend. For the trend, we just would have the calculation. So we already have the calculation for the current month. So we just have to get the full one for year. So we just have the average start time. So we remove the current month calculation from here. So we should give us the talk time, the average of it, the report average. So we just wrap it in average. Yeah. Okay, nice. So switching. Great. Yeah, so we have 2 KPI. How many minutes do I have left for the questions?
Mr. Gbenga, you have 10 minutes.
For questions now, right?
Yeah, for question, yes.
All right, questions. We basically just 0.1% of what we're supposed to be at. I thought it was supposed to be 45 minutes and then 5 minutes for questions, but great. If you have any questions, there is no much time. It's crazy.
Yeah, the slide is going to be shared across board. So in case you miss any important aspect of that, do you have questions for you?
Yeah, basically, before you ask your questions, I'm going to do this in full, and I'm going to like do the full recording of this full dashboard, and then also like send it so you can follow along everything. Um, we'll go to my slides before we just go to the questions part. So we already did the Tableau part, but unfortunately, there's no time. We should have built like something really amazing. But yeah, let me ask my questions, and I'll round up and talk about how you can possibly see me build this thing fully with something we're coming up with on Lagos to UG. But yeah, first questions. I don't know how many questions I would have since I was not able to go fast.
We have
Yeah,
questions.
questions.
Please, you can use if you want to ask, or you can just write your questions in the chat box. I guess there were a few questions on the chat while you were speaking. Somebody asked that how do you get so a
All right, I'm seeing
question?
some questions here.
Yes, maybe you attend to that in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. First, I'll talk about Lagos to UG at the end when I'm about to finish, like 2 minutes. Can you let me know when I have 2 minutes left? Yeah.
I'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Nice. I'll talk about Lagos to UG there. So where can we have access to the videos? I think I would have the entire theme sent out, and then wherever you're going to get the recording and all of that, you should be able to get it there. And prompt for the mock data sets, just going to go through like final time, not really like a prompt. So we basically knew the data we're going to create and like do a little bit of research, get a list of the fields that are going to show, and then fully explained what each field meant, like from the description, data type, example, and usage. So you want to make sure like before you write the prompts, it's as detailed and explained as possible. And then when you put the entire thing there, it gives you like something that's very good and ready to work with, basically. So that's basically how we went. So it's basically having the full list of the fields and having the prompts as see the prompts is just a single line, funny enough, but you have so much information and context, and it's able to create something nice. Advantage of nah, I don't know. I'm just like Tableau person, so I would definitely want to mention Tableau. But in terms of you can always have access to see a lot of visualizations and like get inspired by them. Like I showed earlier, we had the I was trying to show where I created. So let me just do two things. So I created my wireframe in Excalibur with it's a very basic thing. You can always use Figma for like more advanced stuff, but it's a very basic thing to just give me an idea of what I'm going to. And with Tableau Public, you can see a lot of visualizations to be inspired from or get inspirations from. Get to create business for free, get to follow. You can see a lot of business dashboards here. So that's exactly why I chose Tableau because I am constantly inspired. So yeah. And in terms of the job space, I think it's just really being about being very good at what you do because I have friends that use Power BI and do amazing stuff and get lots of opportunities. You just have to constantly make sure that whatever you're putting out is nice. You're trying to whatever you're putting out today is better than what you put out yesterday. And with the advent of creating data sets like this, you can go into any industry you'd like to work in or go into any industry that are trying to create sort of an environment for yourself in and create a data set and build something for it and then be constantly inspired by the amazing visualizations we have on Tableau Public. Um, yes, finally, so we have the Lagos to UG. It's a Tableau user group, and you can find us on Twitter, Lagos to UG. You can scan the code to follow us. So we are going to have like a bootcamp soon where we would do what I did, go through like the process of building the dashboard from the data set to the end. It's going to start like sometime next week or something. So if you follow Lagos to UG on Twitter or LinkedIn, you'll see it there. And then you can properly learn the process on a slower pace, basically. So it's going to be like 2 hours each. It's free, basically, just for like the a community of Tableau folks in Lagos and Nigeria at large. So you can be a part of it. You can scan this and get registered for the bootcamp. When the link comes out, you definitely see it. And then you can have access to looking at how you can build the dashboard. Because unfortunately, I was not able to show the process of building the dashboard from scratch to finish. Although I had the wireframe and everything ready. But with that, you would definitely be able to do that in full time. Yep.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gbenga. Please, I'll ask if you can drop in your social media
Gbolahan.
handle, Mr. Gbolahan, so that you can drop your social media handle for them to reach out to you.
Yeah, sure. Where? In the chat.
You can drop it on the chat box, yes.
So
Prefer
that's me
social
on
media.
Twitter. And on LinkedIn, it's like the name, Gbolahan Adebayo. Thank you. Wish we had much more time. But if there's anything you must have gained, it would have been in regards to the creating of the prompts. And then we can meet later in our subsequent TD class for building the full dashboard. But if there's anything, you can build amazing prompts with how detailed your stuff is, and this can be a template for you. And then you can see how we can take that prompt to look like a full real-life data set and imagine how much more beautiful stuff we can create from it if we had the time. But yeah.
Thank you so much. Sorry, Sam, we cannot take any other questions. So you reach out to him on LinkedIn or Twitter. You get to answer your question. And please, let's all enjoy the rest of our evening. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Cheers. All right, later.